back to the Mad Mike podcast. I'm Maciah, and I'm here with two guests.
I'm Oyler.
Keandre Jones.
And today we're here to talk about Keandre Jones and how he got to where he's at today. So one question that many people would ask is like, how did you get to where you are today?
Yeah, so I mean, it all started when I started playing football back when I was 10 years old in Maryland. And since then, I mean, my career has just taken off. Football has taken me all over. And I'm blessed to be in the position I am in today. I'm basically from Ohio now, being here for like 7 years. I attended Ohio State and had the opportunity to play professionally at the Cincinnati Bengals the last 3 or 4 years. So, yeah, football, man, that's how I'm here today.
So, what advice would you give to kids that want to follow in your path, like play professional football?
I think the first thing is finding your passion. What are you passionate about? Just like you two sitting down here with me, interviewing me, I can tell you guys are passionate about, interviewing, dialogue, communications, whatever it is. I figure you got to find out what is your passion. And for me, at 10 years old, I knew if I joined football, I was going to make a career out of it. I wasn't just going to play with it. I wanted to be serious about, everything I did and hopefully, make it to the league. And that's what I did. I set out, I had a purpose, I had passion about it, and created this opportunity for myself to do things outside of football, which is what we're doing right now, which is cool. I find this to be the most rewarding because it's giving back to you guys and, y'all the next generation. I believe, what y'all like, 15, 16? 15, 16. And when older people tell you, like, time flies, it truly does. Because I remember being, 15, 16 years old and just, having dreams and aspirations and wanting to go to college. So if I can just give y'all that, that piece of advice, just keep finding, what it is you're passionate about and just keep working on it,
Right. What are some difficulties that you had to go through to get to where you're at today?
I would say the difficulties are taking the losses, man. You're going to experience loss in your life, whether that's, losing a life, somebody that you love, losing a game. As a competitor, as somebody that plays football, losing is never, what you want to do. Right. And I've always won, I'm a competitor, so I want to win. I think everybody wants to win in life. And whatever that looks like to you, only you know what that looks like. So it requires hard work, sacrifice. And I think those are the challenges, but you learn so much through the losses. I think it's cliche to say, but the losses really are lessons. And those lessons you grow way more from. So I would say, learn from those losses. Accept what it is. Take notes and come back and, win. Just keep winning. Because at the end of the day, we all going to experience loss. We're all going to experience wins. But never get too high, never get too low,
What's your favorite part about the sport?
I get to hit people for free, man. I get paid to literally go out there and hit people for free. That allows me. That's like my sanctuary. That's my environment where I can just escape from the real world. We're playing a football game. It's people that come to see us just play football, and I think that's the one I'm really excited about. Just going out there and having that freedom to just roam and do what I want. I play defense, so it's definitely fun having a chance to just really hit somebody and not get in trouble for doing it. So,
I mean, since you're a Bengals player, I'm pretty sure everybody has this question. Who is your favorite teammate on the team?
So my favorite teammate is everyone, man. My favorite teammate is everyone. Every guy contributes to the team, and I'm a team player, so I feel like every teammate has value. Everybody has a position, like you guys with the podcast. You might have a set of skills that Vohn doesn't, But then Vohn, Micah, you might have Maciah, you might have a set of skills that Vohn doesn't have. So you have to contribute and come together as one to create this team atmosphere, this culture. And I would say all my teammates from Little League to now professionally, they all played a part in my development.
Who's your what team in the NFL do you like to play against the most?
The team I like to play against the most. So let me give you a backstory. So recently, this last going into my 4th year during training camp, I actually got released from the Cincinnati Bengals. I probably should have told y'all that earlier, but I got released over a month and a half ago, and that experience, like we were talking about with losses, you're always going to experience loss. And I got fired from, the Cincinnati Bengals about 4 times. And, you have your official roster and then you have your practice squad. I was on the practice squad for the last 4 years, but I always got elevated. They called me up if a guy got hurt, if a guy was sick, I always got called up. But this last month and a half, I had to kind of redirect myself in a way and put my energy towards something else. So it was, my favorite team was, being on the Cincinnati Bengals, but now my team is what I do off the field, giving back to the community, helping people in the community. I started my own mentorship program, and I feel like just getting those kids around me and being in that type of environment, that's my team, that's my new team, that's a new look for me. And that mentorship program means a lot to me because it's something I develop in efforts and hopes to, inspire and motivate the next generation, which is you guys, All
right. So do you plan on playing football still?
Yeah, I think only time will tell. I'm being where my feet are. I'm very passionate about, giving back to the community and serving the community. Actually, 3 weeks ago, Dallas Cowboys, my agent had called me and he told me, he was like, hey, we got to work out with the Dallas Cowboys. Do you want to take it? I think anybody in their right mind would take it, But for me, mentally and physically, I'm like, I done lost like 10 pounds. I got to keep as a linebacker, you got to keep your weight up, right? I got to be in my 225. And then mentally, I was just so exhausted from moving everywhere. Because in the league, as an undrafted free agent, you're always constantly moving. So you got to remember, I was at Ohio State. I transferred to the University of Maryland. And then I went into training. I trained in Miami for like 2 months. And I signed with Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent. And then got released. So I had to move from Chicago to Cincinnati. And then every year I'm on a 1-year contract. So I'm not sure if I'm coming back or not, So for me, it was all about stability. And I knew I could have took that workout and, probably killed the workout and got signed by the Dallas Cowboys. But for me, it was just like, I'm exhausted. I just created my mentorship program. If the opportunity presents itself later on after the season, I'll think about it. But right now, I had to decline that offer for the Dallas Cowboys, that workout, and let somebody else, take advantage of that opportunity. Because my opportunity was what I established here, in Cincinnati. This was basically, like I said, home. And I wanted to continue what I started. When I got released from the Cincinnati Bengals, I had partnered with this organization called Die Right, and it focuses on gun violence. And 2 years ago, I lost a stepsister to gun violence. She was 18 years old, got shot and killed in D.C. And I told, basically like my step pops, I told him, I'll take on the responsibility on just, make her name, live out her name, I'll participate in things that have to do with gun violence. So Die Right, that organization, that's something that I've been working with from last year until now. And that program allows kids to play flag football, talk about inclusion, diversity, and that's me making sure that I remember her in a loving way by continuing to keep her name alive by spending time with doing something that I love, which is giving back to the community and spending time with kids. So partnering with Dive Right program, it helped me keep me here, because when I had that offer to go to the Dallas Cowboys, I was like, you know what? This is more purposeful for me. This still brings the same feeling I get from playing football. So, I like I said, I declined that offer to go to the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, anybody in their right mind probably would have been like, hey, you need to go take that job offer to, just continue to play football. But for me, I done played in the Super Bowl. I done made it to the league. I'm the 1%. I done accomplished so much in my career to where it was like, you know what? If it's for me, it's for me. If it's not, it's not. But I'm not. I attract everything in my life, and I truly believe that. I attract everything. So we'll see after this season. I know I gave you a long explanation, but we'll see after this season if I get a call. If I don't, we're gonna continue to keep working and serving the community and living in my purpose, because I know it's not just about the football. I was always bigger than football, and you have to realize that yourselves. You're not limited to what you can do and achieve in this world, So that was the long explanation. It's a whole story, but if the opportunity presents itself, I'll definitely go back to playing football. But right now, I just want to keep building on my mentorship program and serving the community.
Understandable.
So I know you explained how football impacts the community and how it helped you grow as a person. But what does football personally means to you?
Football taught me discipline. Football taught me discipline at a time where I needed it. For me, the reason why I created my mentorship program is because of my coaches that I had, my big brothers that I had. I mean, just the community environment of having a village raise you and having that guidance. It taught me structure, and that's what I needed the most at a time where a lot of kids waver off and do other things, whether it's gang violence or turn to drugs or turn to, just doing things that they shouldn't. And football brought that discipline. I feel like sports in general brings that discipline. So if you're an athlete, I definitely shout out and salute you, because the requirements it takes to just get to a certain level. I attended a private high school. I had the privilege of attending a private high school. I had the privilege of going to 2 Division I universities, Ohio State and the University of Maryland. So football has it means so much, because I can influence a lot of people with what I have achieved,
So the moment that you when you first found out you were going to play in the NFL, how did you feel?
So I'll take you back to 2020 draft night or draft day. My agent's telling me, yeah, you're going to go late round. I'm like, okay, because COVID happened, and to get to the league, you have to have the combine, which I thought, I was going to get the invite because I had a nice year. I'm like, okay, I had one good year on defense. I got to get a combine invite. So I don't get the combine invite. So some guys get a Senior Bowl invite. If you're a senior, you get an invite to the Senior Bowl. Then you get to try out in the Senior Bowl. It's a bunch of scouts, and didn't get the Senior Bowl invite. So now all I'm left with is a pro day, which is just a different combine for you, but it's at your school. COVID happens, don't get pro day. And I'm training in Miami for 2 months. I mean, when I'm telling you I'm training twice a day, eating healthy. I probably was in the best shape of my life during leading up to the NFL. So draft night comes, and I don't get selected. I don't get selected late round. I get a couple phone calls of interest from Atlanta Falcons, Cincinnati Bengals, but I don't get selected. And I had my mom wanted me to throw a party, a Super Bowl party. I tried to tell her, I was like, nah, Ma, I'm not trying to throw a party. Because something in my head, I was just I don't know if I could take that embarrassment of not getting my name called. But I didn't get my name called. Fortunately, Chicago Bears took a chance on me. And honestly, it doesn't matter where you go in the NFL draft. You just need an opportunity. And I took advantage of the opportunity. and never look back. And then, 3 or 4 years later, I done accomplished the most high playing in the Super Bowl, like my second year with the Cincinnati Bengals. So that was an experience in itself.
What are you most excited about for your mentorship program?
I think what I'm most excited about for my mentorship program is to instill the values and core traits of what I've learned over my life into others. Give them the blueprint of how to carry themselves, from manners to financial literacy to social media etiquette, to teach them about mental health, things that I had to encounter in order to, keep me sane, to make sure I was doing everything I needed to do. So just to give back that experience and that knowledge and that wisdom. A lot of people say I have an old soul. I'm only 26. I just turned 26 September 24th. But man, I feel like I live a long time, and you live a long time through your experiences. And we all have a story. And besides my mentorship program, I have a brand. It's called Everyday Episode. And Everyday Episode was created to inspire and motivate the next individual to chase their purpose and find their passions. And it's through me documenting my journey on camera through social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And I was a very private person, but I'm like, okay, when 2020 happened and Kobe Bryant died and Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther died so suddenly, I was like, yo, I want to leave a legacy. Those guys left a legacy for all of us. And then during the Super Bowl, one of my close friends, his name was Brian Stripmatter. He was 26 at the time, 2 years ago during the Super Bowl. He had came to that Raiders game. And Brian, that was my last physical time seeing him in person, right? Hugged him. And I was like, hey, I'll catch you after the game. After the game, you know what happened. 30 years, Cincinnati Bengals hadn't won a playoff game. So I'm in the locker room celebrating. He texts my phone. He was like, I know you're in there celebrating. I'll catch you next week at KC. So that happens, and that was my last time seeing him. During that KC week is when I find out, Brian had passed away during that Thursday of practice. And me and Brian, we played football together since we was 10 years old, right? 10 years old, that was the relationship that we established. And I had to go bury him before that KC game. And that was one of those moments where it was just okay, I gotta leave a legacy behind. And it's all about legacy and creating something of value. So whenever you're doing something, that's why I took football so serious, because I'm okay, if I'm good at this, I want to go all in. Like you guys, y'all are good at this. So go all in, create that YouTube channel, create that Instagram, create that TikTok. I don't know how much dancing y'all can do, but just do it in a way, promote yourself. Go all in. Don't ever do anything half. So whatever I do it all the way. I'm not afraid to fail, like how we talked about earlier. I'm not scared of taking a loss or scared to fail. It's all about the lessons and experiences,
What is one piece of advice that you would like to leave out for kids who's trying to get in the NFL or just play sports in general?
I think this generation has to understand nothing will be given. Everything has to be earned. I think everybody expects handouts. And the hardest thing is, like how we talked about earlier, you're going to experience failure. You're going to experience losses. And now that I'm stepping into this space of entrepreneurship, I don't expect for it to happen overnight. But what I do expect is for me to keep working hard, staying consistent, and, showing that effort. In football, when I got to the league, I feel like, this is me personally, I feel like I made it because of my effort. You have to understand, I transferred from a school, Ohio State. They're sending 20 guys a year to the league, I feel like, And my freshman class alone, 2016 class, we had 15 guys get a chance to just even make an NFL roster. 1%, that's not heard of, So these programs are doing that. And I had the opportunity to transfer to Maryland, and it was no telling that I was going to make it to the league. I didn't even play linebacker. I was like a defensive end. Y'all looking at me right now, I'm only like a 210, 215. So I would say it's all off your effort and consistency. And I'm only speaking from experience because that's what led me to make it to the NFL. So I'm going to take what I learned from football and incorporate it into what I'm doing right now, which is trying to be an entrepreneur. And I would tell people it doesn't happen overnight. It requires that constant grind of consistency and effort. And you're gonna have days where you might have that self-doubt, but that's okay. That's normal because you're human. You got to give yourself that grace, to say, okay, I'm human. You should feel every emotion. Feel every emotion because I did. Because I know I'm human. If I wasn't, trust me, I wouldn't be in this position. So I think that was the last thing that I can definitely tell kids that's listening or tuning in. Like, stay consistent. Surround yourself with a good group of individuals and just keep working.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nah, man, I want to hear how y'all feel, man. How y'all feel interviewing? Am I y'all first professional athlete? Talk to me.
Yeah, you
first professional athlete.
Yeah.
Y'all did a great job, though. I'm very proud of y'all.
Appreciate it.
Very proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Once again, I'm Maciah, and I'm here with
Vohn Haley,
Keandre Jones.
And thank you for tuning in to the Mad Mike podcast.